And welcome to another episode of Speak Safety. Today is going to be part one of the campaign. We're excited to talk about this. It started with a Cone Zone, a traffic control company that all three of us work for. And this came about earlier this year, and we ran with it. It's this huge safety campaign for traffic control and construction sites, and this is a really deep, important topic to us, so I am really excited to talk about this today.
Yeah, we're going to touch on this subject quite a bit through this podcast because it's almost like a personal thing for us because, like Ashley said, we do stop talking to me. My watch is talking to me. Sorry. Because we work for a traffic control company, we've experienced a couple of things throughout the years in traffic control that are very, very eye-opening, and we're going to also talk about why traffic control companies get a bad rap. Why? Because they do. A lot of people out there that close off your roads, they're out there with the construction companies and they detour you to a different place where you don't want to go and make you a little late to work, but that's not their intention. So yeah, we'll be talking a lot about that throughout our podcast in a couple of sessions to come.
We'll give you guys some background on how it started and what led us into start doing it, and how you can participate in it, because we want to get as much people participating in this campaign as possible. The campaign is basically based on people participating in it and being involved, spreading the word, and basically like doing what we're doing, kind of taking the rock and running with it, spreading safety specifically for traffic control and construction safety. It's very vital to all of us. Definitely. We all know somebody who works construction, and we all, maybe majority of us know people who work construction that go out into traffic and their lives are in danger all the time. So we want to bring awareness to that, give you tips and stuff where you could adhere to, so you can help everybody be safe.
Right. I think it's really important to bring the awareness to traffic control, safety, as well as the site safety on the construction zones, because like you guys are saying, we all know somebody that's in the construction industry, and I think this is going to give you that personalized point of view that these people are family members out there and they have families, and so their intention is definitely not to slow you down. They're not trying to make you late for work, and they're trying to keep their workers safe. They're trying to keep you safe, so that way they can go home at the end of the day. And that's the point of it all. We all want to go home to our families safe and in one piece. And there's so much danger out there in the road. I mean, I've been out there myself, and it's scary.
I just got from out there. It's gross.
Yeah, I mean, one thing is seeing them out there, and another thing is working out there. I've had that experience firsthand where I've been out there flagging. Flagging is when you see somebody out there with a stop and slow paddle trying to redirect your traffic, and we're literally standing in the middle of the road. Okay, in the middle of the road, and there's cars everywhere around us. That is a dangerous situation, and I've been at fault myself when I'm out there. Before I was so naive to the fact of anything traffic control or what it meant or what it was before I started working here, and I also was feeling that way, like, yeah, get the hell out of the way, whatever, you're slow, I need to get to work, or what, all that good stuff. But when you come down and realize why people are there doing what they're doing, you kind of have a bigger understanding, because it's not just about fixing the sidewalk, it's about fixing our lives, because that's why we do that. That's why they do that. The companies that hire us to go out there and and keep you safe, because that's exactly what traffic control does, is keep you safe from the imminent dangers of working out there on the road or digging into the road, because there's pipes. There's a whole different world under us that we probably have no idea about. There's so many pipes with so many different things that are going on down there that need fixing. And if we don't fix them, then there's no roads, because it could potentially go bad. So that's why we get out there to help you be safe while all this construction and all this demolition stuff is going on. So when you see somebody out there in traffic control, have a little bit of compassion to the fact that they had to get up super early in the morning in the cold or in the heat, and they're standing out there for your protection. You know, just take that in mind, because when they're out there too, you know, they can be a little fatigued, because it does get tiring. There have been fatalities, let me tell you, and it's heart-wrenching, because it takes a minute, not even it takes a second for something to go bad, you know. So with your help, just to be aware and to understand that this is all for us. We're all out there. Like, look, in life, right, we have laws, and we've created them for a reason, you know, to keep everybody safe, to keep everything organized to a certain degree. Now, I'm not talking about restrictions. I'm just talking about continuing life as it should be. So when you see a stop sign, it's there for a reason. Stop. Slow down. When you see a reflective light out there with somebody wearing a vest, slow down. That's a human being out there. It's a person that's trying to connect with you to let you know that there's danger, there's caution to be had. So please, let's all respect that.
There's a reason why everybody that are working construction, they wear high-vis materials. So, I mean, you can see them, highly reflective. And we started this campaign in a time where we had lost somebody dear to us. People who work here lost somebody who was out on the street and getting out of his car, and somebody wasn't paying too much attention, that was driving, and came and sideswiped him and killed him. And all he was doing his job. Who knows what the other person was doing, but this campaign started because of that situation, and made us want to push this every day, not just safety week, safety month. We want to push safety every day.
Every day.
Exactly. Not just safety week. It's literally an everyday thing that we want to bring this awareness to. And unfortunately, that worker that was killed, he wasn't with our company, but I did attend the funeral, and let me tell you, he was a young guy. He was just starting out his life, and it was just heart-wrenching to be there and see the family, his wife just bawling her eyes out. There was so much support from the industry that was there to, just show their love for this guy, Jesse Romero. He was with Minari Traffic Control, and it was just a terrible situation. And to know that he was there doing his job, just like all of these workers that we have here at a cone zone. And it was really close to me, because these guys are my family, and it makes me emotional to think about the possibility that something like that could happen. Sorry, it really is close to me. So I just can't stress enough to pay attention when you're out there. These guys are there for your safety.
Yeah, and it's not just out here on the streets, it's out on the highways, which is even a higher level of danger. They put their lives on the line. That's exactly what it is, I don't think we all really recognize that. And I think we should, and I think that's why we're here, to let you know that this is an important topic. Everything that has to do with traffic control. Just think about that. the name itself, traffic control. You know, it's to do that itself, to control your safety. You know, it's to avoid things like this, fatalities to happen. You know, so please just be aware and give some compassion and you know wave at anybody that's out there, just because they're out there for you, man. They really are.
And all you gotta do is pay attention.
Just pay attention.
That's it. You just gotta pay attention. You pay attention, and you can't go wrong. I mean, get off your phone. Like, stop eating. You know what I mean? Like, you're freaking driving, man. You need to focus. Look, I for one am guilty on everything that you shouldn't do when you're driving. Just growing up, from when I started driving when I was 16 up until now, I'm 34, and it's like I've not paid attention. I've disobeyed, all that stuff. But like now, when you start getting a little bit older, you start realizing, like, man, like, I was really putting people's lives in jeopardy, not just mine. People in the other car, people who are working, kids in the other car. I mean, it wasn't so vital to me until I actually started to like stop being so selfish and start thinking about, like, wow, like, you know, I could have really did something. I could have really hurt somebody by just answering a text, or you know, and it's just not even worth it, man. You hear all these stories online, wherever, about people making these mistakes, killing somebody. I mean, you can't go back from that. They're always going to regret it for the rest of their life, and then they all come up with the same conclusion, that it was never worth it. The text was never worth it.
Exactly.
The call was never worth it. The bite of their burrito was never worth it. I mean, it's just not worth it, you know? Right. So just pay attention, right?
And when you guys brought this, idea with the campaign, I was so excited because, like, I really connect with it and want to help push this awareness, and I was so excited to jump on board.
Definitely. We also have to thank Elaine, our boss, Elaine Norland, for backing the campaign and for understanding how important it is, because, you know, these are like her, so to speak, her kids. You know, she's putting them out there, and she knows that, and we are aware, and we just want to say thank you very much for pushing this campaign and letting us push it as strong as we do.
She pushes it for everybody, too.
For everybody.
Everybody in the industry.
Exactly.
And that's what we respect about her.
Yeah, definitely. It's not just from a cone zone, but it's all traffic control companies, you know, and all construction sites. Every single one of those workers out there, that's like family. It's a community that people need to understand that it really does exist. Mm-hmm. You know, it exists. And the only reason why I would say anything or any little community gets singled out is because of the way it gets treated. Mm-hmm. We're trying to change that. You know, don't look at them in a negative way, please. I think that's what I'm trying to push more than anything. You know, it's not a negative thing to see traffic control out there or construction. It's all to progress. You know, it's all to advance. You know, in our civilization and in our communities. You know, I think it's a very important thing. We're going to be putting up a lot of information on traffic control and a lot of information on construction and a lot of other sites that have these safety awarenesses for traffic control on our Facebook, on our Twitter, on our Instagram. And we'll be talking about this subject throughout our time as we proceed with this podcast. And we're actually going to have some technicians, some people from construction sites, to come in and talk about firsthand about their experiences and the things that have happened to them. I know we had somebody not too long ago from our company. He was out there and he got hit. Luckily, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't, it was bad, but it wasn't as bad as it could have been. He was able to walk away from it. Exactly. He was able to walk away, and we thank God for that. So yeah, keep on the lookout for that, for sure.
You know, I think to add to when you mentioned that it's to bring awareness throughout the industry. This is not like a competition, and hopefully by pushing this campaign, it can bring everyone together in the traffic control community.
Right.
This is not about separating, this company versus this company. It's not about that. We all need to come together work together with this
Exactly.
common goal and
Exactly.
I respect how they have other companies. They have their own personal safety equation going on.
Sure.
They're keeping their men safe, doing their briefings and all that stuff. I respect that and stuff, and it needs to just sink into every single person that is getting those briefings that are about to go on the site. They need to take in what their foreman or their manager is telling them, do this, do that, make sure you have this on, make sure you have that on, make sure all this is correct, because, those laws, those regulations are there for a reason, and they have to adhere to them, or else, one little slip up, man, and then, somebody's gone, and then next thing you know, they trace it all back to what happened, and it's a lot of it is somebody just kind of being neglectful.
Right.
They're neglecting what they were told, and then there's no going back after that. So you might as well just start from jump, right?
Definitely. And we also understand too that from our last podcast that we did about self-awareness, that you might have something going on in your life that could alter your perspective of things. I've been at fault of that too. Well, not even at fault. I've been a victim of that too, because I victimized myself of not healing myself. So, as for meaning mentally and being capable of being behind the wheel, because my mind is not clear. We got to understand that it's not just a car, man. It's a machine that we're conducting.
It's a deadly weapon.
It's a deadly weapon. You know what I mean? People get charged
Wow.
with assault with a deadly weapon when they're when it's intentional. But we have to understand that this is what we are conducting. We are the ones that are behind the wheel. We steer this thing where it needs to go, where we deem it to go. So just be aware of the fact that that's what we're getting into and that's what we're doing. And that it can potentially be life-threatening, at any point in time.
Because they're not looking out for you, man. They're not looking out for
really
you.
not.
They're there. They're working. They're focusing on what they got to do at the task at hand. And I like when Jim, one of our he's one of our managers, a site field supervisor, right? Mm-hmm. We had did like a small video with him, and he was recommending certain things that you should do, where he tells his guys, and he's saying, look at the whole equation. Don't just focus on the task at hand, but also pay attention to your surroundings. And it's so true, man. But at the same time, it's difficult for them because they're so focused on their work,
Right.
that it's like, and they expect everybody else to show respect for them.
Yeah.
And it just so happens these people just don't. Man.
And just think about that, right? They have to think about the task at hand, and also they have to think about their own safety, and then they have to think about the safety of everybody else. Mm-hmm. So look at the work that they're doing, and not only that, at the time that they're doing it, the hours that they're doing it, and the condition, the weather, everything that comes down to it. They are your everyday heroes in my book, because they're saving you, they're helping you. They're conducting you to be safe. They are the ones. So you need to look out for that. Jim, actually, I'm glad you brought him up, because he is the one that actually initially brought the idea of this campaign. He pushed it and he brought it to me, and I brought it to the table, and that's how this spiraled into something just so great. And I'm so happy to be a part of. And I really want everybody to recognize and get on board. We started this campaign, and it's called #ACONZone for traffic control safety, #Site Safety First for construction sites. Come by a cone zone, man. Come by and pick up a pamphlet, pick up our mission statement, pick up a couple of flag stickers that we have for each, the orange one and the green one for construction and traffic control. Come by. Knowledge yourself on traffic control safety. We'll be posting all this up, but come by, knowledge yourself, put the bumper sticker on your car, help us get the word out, and leave a comment. Like, talk about it. If you had any kind of experiences out there where you see certain things, don't stay quiet. Talk about it. Let's put it on our Instagram. Let's put it on our Twitter, on all our feeds, and even at Aconzone, go to aconzone.com and you'll see our campaign there if you want to really delve into it and read up about it, and leave comments there too. Just reach out to us.
We gotta get active. We gotta get active. Everybody has to get active, and I think this campaign is trying to encourage everybody to get active. The whole thing is show people that you're conscious, that you're for hashtag Aconzone, that you're for site safety first, and wear those stickers, wear those flags that we have on your hard hat, on whatever. Just put them on something to show that you are trying to be consciously aware of this, and you want to spread the word to people to let them know that you have to do your part to keep other people safe,
right? Just
like we all have to. And like Andy was saying, we got plenty of stickers. Come by if you need some stickers. Contact us. Maybe we'll shoot you some. But we, to your company or whatever, and let us know so we can get all your company involved. But that's the whole goal. We want everybody to be active in it.
We're talking about making some shirts too, so hopefully in the near future we'll have some shirts that you guys could be sporting out there too and support. But yeah, man, come by and pay us a visit. Ask questions to the receptionist, and she'll guide you to the people that would be more than happy to talk to you about all this information.
Definitely. That's what we want. We want to start that conversation and get the awareness out there. So please leave us comments, and we look forward to talking more about this.
Definitely.
And this is part 1 again, so we're going to be covering this as an ongoing thing. So it's nothing, you're not going to miss anything. We're going to touch on all bases. We're going to touch on construction safety, from like the basics to some of the advanced. We're going to touch on traffic control safety. We're going to get some people in here to talk about all this stuff. So this is going to be like an ongoing segment of the campaign segment. So this is just part 1, but we want to introduce you to it all first, and just start getting that in your head, and maybe start tightening up on your knowledge of traffic control safety and construction safety.
Definitely. Please be on the lookout for our people out there. Take care of them, because they're taking care of you.
Yes.
So, and for now, we are please inviting you to share this campaign with everybody else, and let other people know that this is real.
Mm-hmm.
This is real. All right, so take care of each other.
Be safe out there.
Be safe.